It's not how that song goes.
This is so much food.
Are we filming it? Are you ready?
So Anna, explain to me when the feminist movement really started to pick up.
Well, in the 1960s and 70s, women started vocally expressing their desire for rights that were equal to men in places like voting and workplace rights and also like social status. The women in popular literature like Martin Dressler are portrayed in a way that isn't very flattering. Like Caroline is weak, like sick all the time and like dying half her life, and Emmeline is like looked down on because she's has mannish qualities, and like, dude, do what you want.
Females were absolutely critical in World War II. We sent all of the
We can do it.
We sent all of the capable men overseas to go fight. All right, we sent them over there. We didn't. I mean, we sent them with helmets and uniforms. They shipped them guns afterwards. They didn't send it with the guys. You know who's at home making those guns? Women. They're making the ammo. They're making the guns. They're making the uniforms. They're taking care of babies. They're crop dusting. And I mean, they're absolutely critical in that aspect of our history.
Something?
Yeah.
Women aren't fairly represented because they were never given a chance. We were never given a chance to go to war until we begged men and to finally let us have the same opportunity as them.
Women in literature are often marginalized or ignored entirely because of two reasons. One, they didn't write much on their own.
Because we weren't given an opportunity.
Because, I mean, they weren't really given the opportunity. Two, nobody really wrote about them because their place in society wasn't one that, I mean, they weren't political. They just, I mean, they stayed at home, they looked after the kids, they cooked, they cleaned.
And they had more kids.
They had more kids, they cooked and cleaned for them. And
that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't in wars, they weren't in politics. They were at home crop dusting. Traditional criticism ignored women readers and the way women were portrayed in literature from a male-centered viewpoint. I mean, take the book Martin Dressler, right? This book is written by a man, about a man, most likely for men readers. Okay, I mean, this book, it's about this guy. I mean, he's climbing up the ranks there. All right, this is what all men want. They want to start from the bottom, build their way to the top, build an empire, women are objects to this guy, and that's he's married to 3 women. I mean, if the author is using this as some does he still believe this about women? I mean, come on, you're not setting a very good example to the men reading this book, because this guy climbs to the top, and he ends up rich, and he's probably not happy, but then he gets happy at the end, so.
Action. Lincoln, where did you find themes in Martin Dressler that represent feminism?
Well, Anna, most of the themes in Martin Dressler they're pretty anti-feminist, so. There's a couple quotes I found. Talking about Caroline, she was clothed in a dream, a princess in a tower, scarcely a flesh and blood woman at all. Did he then desire her not for herself, but for all that was awakened in her, all that had not yet come into being? Another one I found are talking about Mrs. Hamilton. Mrs. Hamilton was a powerful and far from unattractive woman who was drawing him close to her in some puzzling secret way. In this one, the first thing he noticed about her was her appearance, further objectifying women, and that's how he saw him, and that's how everybody saw him back then. And then another one is Martin looked at his 3 women, and it's a possession, and it's not even for his wife. I mean, one of them's his wife, but not all of them. I mean, ridiculous. It's flabbergasting. It's vomitable. Martin's just kind of like, he's dreaming on this one. It says, the ladies in the lobby began shedding their long dresses, unlacing their tight corsets, flinging up their petticoats like bursts of snow, throwing back their heads and breathing sharply as veins beat in their neck. So again, they're just objects to him. That's how all women were viewed. So it wasn't uncommon for him to look at them this way, and it just shows really how far we've come as a society and how much farther we still have to go.
So basically what you're telling me is most of the quotes that you found reflect like Martin either seeing a woman as someone that needs help or is weak and frail or is either just seen as a sexual object? Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, makes sense. Thank you for your time.